Good morning, welcome back to another vlog. It is Wednesday the 18th. I am all ready to go. Lila's still asleep temporarily. She'll be up any minute. But let me go ahead and quickly show you my planner and tell you what's on the docket for today. So here's the plan for today. Done with my AM routine. Today's video is all prepped and ready to go, and I actually went ahead and got the laundry started. I was gonna wait and do that until after I got back from dropping Lyla off at daycare, but I think it'll just be better. Maybe if I can get it's in now, I can switch it at some point this morning before I take her. Then I could this task here could just be to fold it. And then I can jump right into work. I think I mentioned this in yesterday's vlog, but we have 3 different house things happening today. One is from 12 to 2, one is from 12 to 4, and one still does not have a time. They have not called me and told me what their timing is. So that I could have to like zip over there quickly at some point here. And if that's the case, that's the case. But this is all the work I'm trying to get done today. I need to text my mom. Well, my thought was I can either sit on the floor or stand at the kitchen counter if I need to just work there. But then my mom came up with the idea that she has a folding table and I have a folding chair. And so if we combine those 2 things, I could like create a little desk. So, but I don't know what her timing is today. I know she has some appointments in the morning. So whenever she's able to meet me at the new house and drop off that stuff, drop off the table, I have the chair. Am I really gonna walk over there with my chair? Well, I guess so, yeah. Okay, I'm just imagining myself walking with the folding chair. Maybe my mom can come get me and my folding chair and take us to the new house. It's walking distance from where we live now, but like, not necessarily with a folding chair. Okay, sorry, thinking out loud. So these are all the things I would like to get to today. Some of them are carryovers from earlier days, and some of them are actually on today's plan, and we're gonna do our best. It kind of depends on like what the timing is with all the house stuff and how long the people that come actually have to talk to me. Some of them are really easy, and some of them are like, I think the duct cleaning guy will just come in and like clean the ducts. Like he doesn't need to talk to me, right? I don't know. TBD on that. So I also went ahead and got Lila's teacher's cards all written in this morning, so I'm excited to give those to them today. I am planning to vlog at the new house. I not a full tour, but I will share with you kind of our plans for what we're gonna update. So that's the plan for today. We have not made the bed yet today, but look at this cute girl. Can you say hi, meow meow? That's what Lyla calls you. That's what Sam calls you. Hi, pretty girl. Hi. Okay, let's get these advent calendars open, although I did not sleep well, so I think a second cup of coffee is in my future over whatever this tea is. But let's go ahead and open it. Today is the 19th. Is that right? Oh, nope, it's the 18th. Okay. Honey chamomile herbal tea. I mean, that sounds delicious for like a nighttime bath. That is the opposite of what I need today. I need an additional amount of caffeine. So that's where I'm headed. I think I'm gonna make like a latte, like a hot cup of coffee. Okay, so just a heads up, tomorrow is the last vlog of Vlogmas, which is, I can't believe it's already here. And so my plan tomorrow, I'm saying this now so I don't forget, is to open all of them. You know, however many are left since we won't be vlogging. And then I can just pick from them. This is empty, it needs to go in the recycling. And we have 2 more days, or is this the last day of this? Oh my gosh, the timing is just gonna work out. We opened 11, I think. So I open it with Charlie's nail clippers, yeah, okay. Let's do 12. Oh my gosh, of course, this is the last one. I never know how to say that, but it's a Christmas tree. Yep, it's a Christmas tree candle. I am immediately taking this into my office to light it. And I know it's probably not gonna be as strong of a scent as the one like this from Bath & Body Works, but I'm sure it's delicious. Oh my gosh. So good. Okay, I'm gonna go make a latte and light this, and I was about to say get to work, but do I want to fold the laundry? Okay, instead of you staring at the candles, let's turn and get the natural lighting from the windows. So I originally had on the plan that I was gonna get the household things done, just in case the still have not gotten a time estimate from the one thing today, and that's incredibly annoying. And I looked at that crock pot recipe, and it does not have a low option. It just says on high for 5 to 6 hours. So I can't really get that in the crock pot right now. Otherwise it's gonna be done way too early. So I think what I'm gonna do is make a latte, sit down and power through some work for like, let's call it 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours. And then I will fold the laundry, and then I will get dinner in the crock pot. And then hopefully I hopefully will get an estimate from these people, and it will line up with those other ones. I mean, if I have to like drop everything and run over there, maybe I really didn't want to go over there until I was like ready to go over there. Okay, change of plans again. Thanks for being here while I thought through this. I am going to fold the laundry. I'm going to cut all the things that belong in the crock pot. Then I'm gonna work. And then if I get a call and I have to go over there, then I have to go over there. And if that is the case, then I will just turn the crock pot on and like dinner might be ready early. If I can push it, I will wait and start dinner closer to noon. Okay, that's our plan. No, I walk in here into the office to like put the camera down and then I was gonna go like start the things, and they called me. And the estimate is between 12 and 2, which lines up so perfectly with all the other things. It just like could not work out better. So back to the original plan. Thanks for thinking through this with me. I hope this is enjoyable for somebody to watch. Back to, I'm gonna put off laundry and dinner. I'm going to make coffee. I'm gonna work for about 2 hours, then do the household stuff, and then go to the new house, all the things. Okay, yay. Okay, the good news is that I'm chugging through work. These things ended up taking me a little bit less time than I think I had originally mapped out, so that feels really good. I got through my communication routine. I got both calls prepped, so tonight's call and then the one I'm gonna record tomorrow. I got the accountability buddy stuff done. And then the bad news is that I checked off the wrong thing. I actually did the workshop emails, not the content, which is fine. I just drew some little arrows to remind myself that like I've already done this, but I need to do this. So I also realized that I actually can't do the newsletter for next week until I prep those goals videos, and that's not what I was thinking for today. So that can't happen until later in the week. So really the things I have left are the community content, the live, Lattes with Laken live for January outlines, and then prep videos. There's nothing for me to do right now. I'm waiting on my editor to get some videos up for me. And so if that doesn't end up happening today, that's also totally fine. I had originally told her that I wouldn't do that until Thursday. So, because I was going to record today. So I added this on today, and if it doesn't happen, then it's not a big deal at all. So really it's just those two things left. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get the laundry folded and dinner in the crock pot, and then we'll probably head to the new house and I'll get that vlog done. Also, I totally finished, oh no, I have one more sip. Oh my gosh, I thought it was gone. I have one more sip of coffee. Oh my gosh, so good. But I've totally forgot to light this candle, so it is what it is. Okay, laundry is all folded and put away. And while I was in Lila's room putting her clothes away, I thought I would go ahead and just like tidy up and clean in here. Well, she was my last daycare day for a while because of course the days that we go to daycare are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and those happen to be the holidays. I don't think our daycare is closed the full 2 weeks, like next week and the week after. I think they are open Monday, the 23rd, and then I think they're open again the 2nd and the 3rd of January. But of course, our days fall in there, which is fine. So we're not planning, neither Samurai is planning to work next week. So that works out. I mean, it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I wouldn't take her then anyway. And then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, whatever. I way over-explained that. I'm so sorry. My point is what I wanted to say, made me think of that part in Friends where it's like, hence to forth, ergo. While I was in Lila's room, I thought I would share one of the things that we are changing in the new house, or doing when we move in, is changing the theme of her room. So her room is like a travel, there's a little airplane mobile. We've got Galobi over here. And we did teal, so we kept it like a gender neutral theme. And so the plan is when we move into the new house, we're gonna do Lila's room and like a Lyla theme, and then we're gonna save all this like travel stuff, the airplane sheets, etc., for baby number 2. That doesn't exist yet, not pregnant, but eventually, hopefully, baby number 2. So if you have any suggestions or any ideas of themes for her room, and we've toyed with a lot of different ideas, and I just don't know. I don't know what nothing feels right yet. I don't know. I don't know if I need to go just like browse a store to get inspo, but that is not a priority. Like not even a little bit of a priority, but just something that is on the list for. I guess it's a priority if I decide we're gonna paint her room a different color. I need to make that decision, but we could always just paint it a neutral color and deal with it later. All right, dinner is in the crock pot. I think I mentioned this. I don't know if it was earlier today or an earlier vlog. I think it may have been yesterday's vlog, that I'm doing a chicken pot pie stew. I will link the recipe for you, but I mean, this is the first time I'm trying it, so we'll let you know how it is. I got the link from another YouTuber, and I made a couple of adjustments to the recipe. So one of them, well, I guess 2 of them are unintentional. So the recipe called for 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Well, I didn't look at the recipe closely, and I just put 2 cans of cream of chicken on the grocery list. The recipe called for like a large can, and we had 2 small cans. So instead I just put water. Like I just made the liquid the same amount as the recipe called for, but I did it with water. And then it also called for 2 or called for 6 actually, chicken bouillon cubes. Okay, first off, that is a lot of salt. So I was already planning to cut that in half. Well, I was actually gonna do 2, which is what the other YouTuber suggested and what she did. But because I put water instead of cream of chicken, I did 3. But we didn't have chicken bouillon, we had beef bouillon. So it may taste a smidge beefy because it's beef bouillon cubes instead of chicken. But we'll see how it is and we'll try it out together at the end. But I mean, all the ingredients are absolutely delicious. So I got that going and on high, it said on high for 5 to 6 hours. So I am off to the new house to meet with all the people. Here's my little new desk setup for the foreseeable future when I have to be at the house. This is gonna be perfect. This allows me to actually have a table to work at. There's obviously outlets, whatever I need. It's probably super, this clip is probably so echoey. Whoa, like it sounds echoey and I'm just talking to myself. Okay, I stopped by and grabbed a sandwich on my way over here at this grocery store in our neighborhood. And I'm gonna eat this. And then if nobody is here yet, because that is about 15 minutes until the first window starts. So someone could show up right at the beginning. But I promise I will talk about projects, house projects at some point. I am still gonna tell you about the housing projects. We're here to talk about them. We're just not talking about them at the new house. So the bad news is that one of the people that was supposed to come by today didn't end up coming by. I'm not gonna get into that story. But the good news is the docks are all nice and clean. Some of the before pictures were awful. I can't remember if I mentioned that the people who lived there before us were smokers. And so it was not pretty. And the duct guys had the door open for which makes sense. Like, I don't know why I didn't think about it. The entirety of their work, they had to have the door open to have this like big hose that went outside to their truck. And so it was just freaking freezing. It was so cold and my hands were so cold and my nose was cold. And so by the time they left and they were the last ones to leave, like to come by and leave, I was like, I have to get out of here. I have to go home where it's warm. So, plus it was gonna be super echo anyway, and I was gonna have to sit there and hold my camera. So, well, I actually had an idea that I was gonna like set my camera up somewhere fun, but anyways, I'm just gonna tell you about it here. And I promise that I will share before and after stuff in vlogs in the new year. Because I don't have any plans yet to go to the new house tomorrow. Who knows, I may end up over there, but if I don't, I promise I will talk about housing stuff and share all the things with you in the new year. So let's talk about the housing projects. I have them broken up into 3 categories. One is things that we have to do before we move in. Category 2 is short term, so really next year's projects. And then category 3 is long term, things that we'd like to do. So let me pull up my list here. Are you just gonna sit there? Was that your plan? Okay. So before we move in, the biggest thing, or the 2 biggest things that have to happen is paint, full fresh coat of paint, and new carpets. So it is a 3-story home, and the first floor, you like enter on the first floor, or like the main floor, and that floor is all hardwood and it's in good shape. It's beautiful. It needs a good cleaning, but it's in good shape. So we're not touching that. The upstairs is where the bedrooms are, and that needs all brand new carpet, and then the basement also needs brand new carpet. So that is like a must do before we even like step foot into the house. And then there's some other little projects, like we're gonna replace the lights. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to kick Charlie out. She was just trying to chew things and she was distracting me. So carpets, paint, and then like new light, there's a lot of can lighting, and so we're gonna get new, like the actual can lights and the new light bulbs so that it's all consistent. They also had a lot of the lights, the can lights that like point towards the wall, like to highlight a painting. We're not big art people, so I don't feel like I need the can lights to point towards the wall. And we need new blinds everywhere because again, they were smokers. And so all the window fixtures that they left, those aren't gonna do it for us. So that's the minimum. Bare minimum is get those things done and get ourselves in the house. And then it's not really a project, but like the next step is really kind of decorating and making it feel like ours. There's 2 living spaces. There's like a living room on the first floor, and then there's the basement. And so our current big giant couch is gonna go in the basement. And so we need to buy a couch to go in the upstairs living room. And then we also need to buy a desk for me because my desk is actually gonna be in our bedroom. So it's a 3-bedroom. So there's not actually an office for me right now. There is a lot of space down in the basement, and I thought about just like putting a desk down there, but I really want the basement to be more of a hangout, chill area, and I want my desk to be somewhere else. And so I also contemplated putting it in the living room, and that's a possibility, but ultimately I think the best fit is for it to be in our bedroom. It's like the bedroom is huge, and so there's plenty of space for my desk to live in there. And then the only time that it'll be an issue is in the mornings if Sam is still asleep and I want to get something done for work, and at that point I'll just work at the kitchen table. So that is, or I'll go into his office and work. Those are the two like big furniture pieces that need to be purchased. And then just like other things, you know, like if there's space, like wall space that we need something new for, and just kind of like getting settled in. Then in the soon-ish category of projects, there's 2 projects that fall into this category. Number 1 is the outside space. So we have this adorable little patio area that has had some like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like sinking, maybe? But like God, my brain is like not working. There's like concrete stones like on the bottom, and they're very uneven, which it's an old house, so like it makes sense. And so we need to get those evened out before like Lyla tries to go walk out there. I mean, she's a good walker, but like I'm not letting her out there while they're that uneven. And then just like spruce it up. Like if nothing major needs to happen out there, but I would like to get some planters. I would like to get some furniture, some patio furniture for out there. In the summer, I want to get Lyla a little kiddie pool, like, you know, whatnot. So the outdoor space, that's kind of like in the spring, so that when the weather gets warm, we can enjoy that space. And then the other short-ish term project is building an office for Sam. So it is a 3-bedroom, and so one of the bedrooms for now will be Sam's office, but eventually we would like to turn that bedroom into a nursery, and so Sam will need an office elsewhere. Luckily, there's this entire unfinished section of the basement, and so our plan is to finish that and build a wall so that Sam can have an office down there. And it's like, I can see it, like I can see the vision. It's also going to include moving the washer and dryer from where it is currently to a different spot in that same unfinished area, and building kind of a little laundry corner. I don't know that I'm going to actually turn it into a laundry room and like build a door, but it will be a laundry corner. I mean, maybe we'll build a wall. We'll see. I don't know. Either way, finishing out that unfinished area and building Sam's office is also on the shorter term list. Not because it's not an inexpensive project, because it definitely, it will be. I mean, we've got to finish it and we've got to build a wall and all the things, but more out of necessity. Like, it's not a necessity yet. I feel like I say this on every video. I'm not pregnant. But I feel like I just realized there was food in my face, but we would like to have another child. And so we're planning for that. So building Sam's office out so that he can move down there, and the second bedroom can be ready to go for a baby. Those are the sooner projects. Then we have 2, okay, I forgot one of the projects because it was under longer term, but we've actually bumped it up to before we move in, and that's updating the powder bath. There's a powder bath on the main floor, and originally I had it on the long-term list because it just isn't that important to me. It's just dated, like it works. It's a functioning bathroom. It's just very dated. But after some discussions with the contractor and whatnot, like it kind of makes sense just to get it done. So, and it is way less expensive of a project than I originally thought. So we decided to just include that in the before we move in. So I just need to move that up in my little note here. So then we have 2 long-term projects that are long-term because they're huge and because they're pricey. And so it's just going to take time for us to save up in order for us to be able to do these projects. So I have no idea what the timeline is on these. It's really just going to be about, you know, how our businesses do, like all kinds of things, in order to figure out when these projects are going to be feasible. So one of those is opening up the kitchen. So the living dining room area is all one big room, but the kitchen is closed off. But after quick discussions with the contractor, and like it's possible, like we have to move the fridge, and there's going to be some rearranging, and we've got to move a couple pipes. So it's not going to be an inexpensive project by any means, but it will be worth it. Like I want to open up that kitchen. I feel like I used to always make fun of people on home shows that were like, I want an open concept, but like, don't you? Like, I feel like you want an open concept, right? And it doesn't have that right now, but there is potential for it. It's just going to cost money to fix. So that is project number 1 on the long-term expensive project list. And then project number 2 is the upstairs primary bathroom. So there are 2 bathrooms upstairs. One will be like the kids' bathroom. And then there is one that's an ensuite to our bedroom, but it is small. It's 1 sink. It only has a standing shower. And there is room, like the house has the footprint that we can extend it out into our bedroom and into the hallway a little bit and make space for another sink and a bathtub in there. So that is like the last project on the list, because that one is going to be incredibly expensive, because we're kind of just like blowing up that upstairs part, which is, I'm like actually dreading now thinking about like where are we gonna live when we're like doing that, but I don't know. Because the kitchen is just like, you can't use your kitchen, but like the bedroom bathroom project is gonna be intense. But that's like very, 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 very far down the road, because that is not as important as the kitchen, and it is going to be very expensive. And so we're just gonna have to save up for that. So those are the projects that we have planned in the house. I am sure there's gonna be lots of little things that pop up. I already forgot to mention that I know one of you commented and said to just use lamps, but I think we're gonna go ahead and put in overhead lighting. The 2 upstairs bedrooms that aren't ours don't have an overhead lighting, and the contractor was like, well, if you want to do it, I would do it now before we like paint things, because it's going to be less expensive than if we paint and do all the things and then you want me to put a light in. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that now. Changing out some light fixtures and stuff like that, like those are things that we are going to do now. And so I'm sure little things will pop up, as it sounds like they do with home ownership, but those are the big ones. And I'm excited. I think I never envisioned anyways getting a fixer-upper, getting a house that was going to be a lot of projects. I always kind of thought we would find something that we liked that was like move-in ready, because neither of us are particularly handy, I would say. I'm not bad. Like I can hang stuff, I can fix things. Today the HVAC guy was explaining things to me, and I was like taking notes and adding to my quarterly list, like change air filters and like, whatever. And so I'm pretty good, but it's a lot. And so I didn't think that would necessarily be the right fit for us, but we just couldn't pass this place up. The location's great, the bones are great, and we couldn't say no. So that is the update on that. I now have like maybe 30 minutes before I need to go get Lyla. And I did not finish the things I was going to finish, partially because I was cold and I just like couldn't focus while I was cold. And then partially because I just was talking to the people that were coming. And the good news is, well, the 2 that came kind of were spaced out, but it meant like just taking up a lot of my time. I'm going to go try and get like one more work thing done before I go get her. And I think I may just have to work later. And I said that the other day, and then I absolutely didn't do it. And so maybe I'm gonna make another cup of coffee. It's definitely later than I would typically have coffee. Okay, maybe tea, because it's still caffeine, but not coffee level caffeine. The camera's on the same spot, but it is much later in the day. No, Lila's not in bed yet. That's typically the end, right? It's much later and Lila's in bed. I feel like my cheeks are flush. I just have been also running around a lot in the last couple hours. So to fill you in, picked up Lyla from school, gave her teachers their cards. So that was good. And then we came home, we played, and we had dinner, and the chicken pot pie soup. I don't know if I can call it a stew. It's really just a soup. It's like almost very similar to the beef stew I made last week. Just instead of beef, it's chicken, and it's also got celery. Otherwise, it's like not that different. I think the ratio, just only having those 2 small cans of cream of chicken, and then the rest of it being water, it's not very creamy. And I think Sam was a little bit disappointed. He said it was really delicious and flavorful, but he loves chicken pot pie, and so I think he was like really expecting like this very like creamy chicken pot pie-esque dinner, and it was, because that's what I had said a couple days ago, and it was just not that. So I'm not kicking the recipe off the list. We're gonna try it again, but with the right amount of cream of chicken. And he also said that there were too many potatoes, which I disagree. Let me know down in the comments. Are there such thing as too many potatoes? I personally don't think so. Sam seems to think so, but I'm a big potato fan. So I'm trying to think in the new year, like I really want to simplify our cooking and I want to be consistent with like Mondays or this, like not the same recipe every week, but like I'm thinking, first off, I think I need to move crock pot meals to earlier in the week. I do like when they line up with the coaching call, but the leftovers are always, there's so much for our small family that I think the crock pot meal needs to be earlier in the week. So maybe like crock pot meal Monday, Taco Tuesday, just do some form of tacos on Tuesdays. And then like, I feel like I need one more thing to be consistent with. And then the rest of the week, we could just do leftovers. That's what I'm leaning towards in the new year, but we'll see. We'll see what I end up deciding. For now, it's just like, and really for a long time, it's been 1 week at a time and just like survival mode in terms of meal planning. But one other thing came in the mail today that I wanted to share with you, show you. It is the world's best gummy bears. Whenever I send out Christmas gifts to family members, I always place an order from Albanese. It is actually located in Northwest Indiana. I can smell them through the bag. Usually what I do is I get the giant bag and then I make my own little pouches. This year when I was like on a mission to simplify as much as possible, I got them already in their little individual pouches. So I can just throw a bunch. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay out all the gifts that I'm planning to mail and I'm gonna just like divvy this bag up. I mean, I'm gonna be thoughtful about it. Like my aunts and uncles and cousins, it's like a family of 4. I'm gonna do them in quantities of how many people are in the family that I'm sending it to. Does that make sense? But yeah, these are the best. Highly, highly recommend if you've never had them. They sell them a lot now in like gas stations and like those kinds of places. So you've probably seen them before, but they're big, giant, delicious, very flavorful. There's 12 flavors. That's like what they're famous for. They also have other stuff. And I always order for my dad and myself I'll link it below. It's peanut butter covered, peanuts covered in chocolate. And they're so good. Like they are so, so, so delicious. So I always order like 1 bag of those for my dad and 1 bag for me. And then these for everybody else's gifts. So that came in the mail today, which is the best. So now I can get all those presents. Like that's what I really need to do tonight. After this call, after Lyla goes to bed, I need to sit on this floor. I need to put on a movie, a Christmas movie, and wrap presents and get those packages all done. And then maybe I can pop them in the mail tomorrow. At this point, I've given up like trying to get these things out by Christmas. It just doesn't, I have let go of that a long time ago. Like as long as I put it in the mail before Christmas, that makes me feel good. Actually, our swim school is pretty close to a post office. So maybe I will drop it off on Friday morning after swim will be the plan. Okay, I'm rambling now. I need to get set up for my call. I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and close out the vlog right now because like I said, after the call, I need to like get serious and really I need to finish 2 work things that I didn't finish earlier today. And then I need to wrap presents and I just need to commit. I mean, it wouldn't be Vlogmas if there wasn't one night that I like stayed up and pushed. So I think having the vlog closed will help me just like focus tonight after Lyla goes to bed. So let's go ahead and end it here. I've been stalling. If you made it all the way to the end, comment below with like the tool emoji, like a hammer. There's like, I don't know what other tool emojis are there. Let's find one, hold on. Any of the tool emojis, there's actually a bunch of them. So just pick your favorite tool emoji because we talked about house projects today. And after I filmed that clip, I actually got an estimate from the contractor earlier this week and that feels really good because I liked him a lot. So I think we're gonna move forward and get started on all the things. I'm so excited. Okay, that is gonna be it for this vlog. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week, focused on helping you achieve your goals. And every day here during Vlogmas, there's one more vlog of Vlogmas. Like tomorrow is the last day we're gonna vlog. That's the other reason I thought maybe like if I close out tonight's vlog a little bit early and then I'm like ready and gung-ho for like the last day, I'm gonna be really like on it, hopefully. Tomorrow is really up in the air actually. I was just talking to my mom. But I think it's gonna include Costco at some point. Kinda has to, because we kinda gotta go Costco. But there will be videos through December 25th. But after like the vlog, so after today, there's gonna be one more vlog and then it'll be goals videos through Christmas. And then I have a fun series coming for you the week of New Year's, a fun like 3-part video series. So, okay, I'm gonna end this here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you tomorrow. I thought I would share, okay, let me say that again.